I do change the key and the tempo of the song usually between the songwriting process and production. This is actually a very often, I don't want to say problem, but it's part of the process when you're transitioning from pre-production to production, because oftentimes when we are writing the song or when we're in the pre-production phase, we usually set a tempo and key signature that we're usually comfortable with. But let's say we're collaborating with another vocalist and their range is different. So in that case, we might think about changing the key when we go into the production phase. And also with tempo, usually when we originally write the songs, it's usually a bit slower. And during the production, it usually gets a bit faster. It also works the other way around. Sometimes you might imagine the song a bit faster during the writing process, but then in the production process, you realize you're not really, you're seeing that it's not really working out, so you decide to slow it down. So these are very common things when we're transitioning from pre-production to production. This rarely happens, but sometimes when we're within the production phase, if I'm not singing the song myself and if I'm collaborating with another vocalist, sometimes while we're recording it, we might realize that key is not delivering the full performance. And sometimes, in rare cases, we have to also make that sacrifice. And if that means that we have to go back and re-record those instrumental parts with the new key, like if you originally recorded an A minor, but then the recording session you realized it'll be actually better to redo this song in G minor, then sometimes you have to make that sacrifice and re-record those parts and come back to the vocals.